Annie, this is the chapter 4, uh, and it's the first part is it kind of reviews the first three uh, stages, and the first stage, of course, is formation stage, and that's planning. And Corey believes this is one of the most important stages that some people kind of skip over because you have to decide the purpose of a group that you're going to lead. You have to understand, you have to figure out the population to be served. Who are you doing this group for? Is there a need or justification for this? Um, uh, you need to recruit members. And Corey believes in direct contact. Well, I guess now with COVID, you can do it online, but he believes that you get more by looking at them and reading their body language. Select and screening. He believes that not everybody will be beneficial by being in a group, so you want to get those people who may cause trouble out. You have to decide on the size of the group and how long the group's going to be, and you have to do a follow up. How you're going to follow up on your members, and how you're going to evaluate whether the group was successful. Now, there's a couple of terms that we need to clarify for the test. A closed group means no new members can be added. Once a group starts, if we lose a group person, tough. You don't add anybody. An open group means people can come in and out. It's kind of like what we're doing here at William Woods, where you can come to class and then sign up to come to class, whatever. A homogeneous group is all the same. Usually it's short term. A heterogeneous group is more like real life, and it's kind of like the video. You got Asians, you got Hispanics, you got African Americans, you got whites. So, of course, that's more like a normal everyday life. The next stage, the initial stage where you start, and that's the period exploration. The people in the group are finding their place. They're presenting their public image the way they want to be seen, what maybe not be what they're really like. So then you have to identify the people in the group, and inclusion means you have to make sure they are included. The most important part of the stage is identity and inclusion. Identify the group members through the group, and inclusion where they all have to be in agreement. They all have to be part of the group. Now, here's something on the test. Don't confuse the two. That is the most important part of this stage. However, the key issue in the initial stage is developing trust. Without that, you have nothing. So that's establishing group norms. So, okay, so the most important part is identity and inclusion, but the key issue is developing trust. Corey talks about modeling, where you state your expectations of the group, and you're honest and has spontaneity, so the group sees that, and hopefully they follow the model. You need to get the participants involved. So if somebody just sit back listening, you got to get them involved. The idea is I'll just listen and I gain things from listening. In a group doesn't fly. They have to participate. Also, you have certain people in groups have hidden agendas. You need to bring those out in the open. I don't know whether they're in there to pick up girls or whatever. That's a stupid example, but the idea is that usually some people come in with an agenda which is not really pertinent to what the group's about. The leader develops through direction and structure. So that really depends on what method you're going to use. And you need to have the members free dependency from the leader. You will notice that if you saw the video that later on, when they had you be the mother, you be the father, or something, you brother, the Coreys were not involved. They got some other member of the group. So you want to start breaking away from the leader, because pretty soon you're going to end this group, and they have to be independent of the leader. Stage 3 is the traditional stage, where trust and self-closure really start to produce results.
This is usually a very difficult stage because you have a lot of anxiety and resistance because people are now saying the things that really are true and talking about their fears and their really concerns. Um, there's always a pecking order, and the leader needs to be aware of this. By pecking order, some people take over control of the group, and you got to make sure that that pecking order, even though there is a pecking order, that it doesn't affect the group negatively. Um, there's a term in the textbook called challenge and attack. You need to know the difference. A challenge leaves room for disclosure. It leaves room for dialogue. It leaves room for discussion. An attack is closed. You're an idiot. Okay? What kind of comeback do you have for that? So, in a group, you want to challenge, you don't want to attack. And the leadership's job, the leader's job then is to know how and when to a challenge, how and when to intervene if there's an attack. And that is chapter 4. So when you're finished, when you're ready for 4, then
Finished with 4, then you should take the test. All right. Take care, Annie. We'll see you later.